A good sales pitch helps you get more replies and hence it boosts your chances to close more deals. Unfortunately, most people out there are too salesy in their emails and they use old approaches that bring no results. So if you want to find out how to provide value to your leads through your pitch and boost your outreach results, watch this video until the end. Before jumping into examples of what a successful sales pitch looks like, you need to understand that when doing outreach, you have to have the right mindset. Closing a deal is a win-win situation. Your prospects have to have a problem and you have to have a solution to their struggles. Our advice is to never focus on closing a deal at all costs if you're not convinced that your prospect will take advantage of your product or service. Let's see an example of a pitch that you should never send to your leads. Hi Daria, my name is Max and I work for a company called Allbound. Allbound's aim is to help companies like Lemlist increase partner engagement and boost channel revenue. We work with a plethora of clients around the globe and I wanted to hear more about Lemlist's ecosystem to see if we can help. If interested in hearing more, please feel free to book some time in my diary. Best, Max. This is a bad example that will never give results. Why? Well, the message is very self-centered as the person is only talking about himself and his company. Plus, the approach, it's vague and generic. Remember that if your pitch could work on every prospect, then it's not good enough. It lacks personalization and doesn't show how you can help your prospects, why they should care about your message. Your pitch has to be about the value you bring to your prospects. So if you want to connect with someone and capture their attention, you should take a few elements into account. You should focus on your customer, mention their pain point, make them familiar with your company's name, introduce the solution to their pain points, which is your product or service, include a CTA, and overall your email message should give them a clear idea of how they can achieve success with your solution. Now let's see what makes a great pitch. First, understand your prospect. You have to research your audience. What does their company do? What are their goals? What are their challenges? We made a whole video about defining and understanding your target audience, so check it out. By researching your prospects, you find out their pain points, which will allow you to better understand how you can provide solutions for your prospects' struggles. Overall, your prospects should find the answer of what's in it for them in your emails. And if they can see the value you might bring them, then they would be interested in talking with you. When it comes to value, be as specific as you can. Don't say anything like, we will help you increase your revenue. It doesn't mean anything. People want to know how much you will increase their revenue. They also might want to know the time frame for that. Is it going to take a month, a year? It's not the same thing. By understanding the pain points of your prospect perfectly, you'll be able to be more specific and relevant. Look at this example. Hey first name, just saw your fundraising announcement. Congrats on your amount milestone. From what I understood, you plan to hire new members all around the world. I was curious to know what solution you're using to proceed at scale. We've already helped similar company name 1 and similar company name 2 with our solution and they have doubled their sales team since then. Are you available next Monday at 4 p.m. to discuss about that? Cheers. You show that you're following the company's journey and that you're up to date with their recent news, fundraising in this example. From that, you identified their new challenge, hiring new employees and growing a team. It makes sense if your business is growing, chances that your team will too. Then you ask a question to better understand your prospect. What are they doing to solve this problem? You show credibility by stating you already helped similar companies double their sales team. You give a specific achievement, double. Then you end with a clear CTA. It's a yes or no question. You want to discuss more about their situation to help them next Monday at 4 p.m. All right, let's see another example. Hello first name, just read your article about sales automation and I must say that I was impressed by your cold emailing strategy, hence this email. When I started my agency, my biggest challenge was not being sure if I was going to burn my domain by sending too many emails, especially when some clients were already coming with a damaged domain from mass emailing and wanted to launch their new campaign right away. I'm curious to know what process you have in place to help your clients and eliminate their deliverability problems. I recently realized how complex of a subject deliverability is and at what point some small adjustments can have an instant impact on my open rate. I went from 33% to 78% on average in no time. If you're interested in this, I'd be happy to talk with you about my methods. I'll leave my availability here. P.S. Here's a short article on how to ensure good deliverability of these emails and how to optimize your conversion rate. Take a look. Talk soon. You give context about why you're reaching out with your icebreaker. You show the prospect you know what they're going through because you went through the same thing. You establish the biggest challenge they could have, having deliverability issues. Then you ask a question to better understand how your prospect handles that kind of issue. You introduce an easy solution to a complex topic, and you add social proof with the results you had to establish credibility. Lastly, you provide value in two ways, with your CTA saying you want to share your methods to help them through a call, and your PS sharing an article to help them ensure a good deliverability. This brings me to my next point. Provide value. Once you've understood your prospects' needs, be ready to solve their problems. I didn't say sell your product. No, try to truly help them, first by providing value when possible. By doing this, you will build trust with your prospect. Take this email, for example. Hey, first name, I found company name's website while searching for the best industry websites in city. I decided to send you and your teammate name my feedback on your website. It is super user-friendly and it has an individual design which is great. I sincerely like it. I noticed some loading issues with photos. Are you aware of it? I found out that you use Magento 1, and as a technician, I know it has lots of performance drops. Since you've been using this software, what difficulties have you faced? Best signature. Here you provide pure value. You're giving them constructive feedback on their website. You give context by explaining how you found their website and why you decided to reach out. The personalized image grabs the attention of your prospect who will recognize their content and design. You highlight an issue they may have not been aware of. You provide an explanation to that issue, and you ask another question to better understand their pain points. In this case, you position yourself as the problem solver, so the prospects are more willing to reply to improve their website. Let's look at another example. Hey Sarah, I saw you've been with us for our webinar with Beck Holland. I hope this brought you nice tips for your outbound strategy. Since you work as an agency, I thought you might like to see how our customer Max got a 69% open rate and a 17% reply rate with his latest campaign. Also, if you want to have more details on our multi-channel prospecting strategy, Brianna wrote a complete article here. If there's anything I can help you with for your next campaigns, just book a slot in my Calendly. I'll be super happy to help you out. Cheers, Lucille. Here you give context to why you're reaching out. The person attended your webinar. You identified one thing that interests them, and that could be one of their goals, boosting their outreach campaign results. If they attended the webinar, it's because they wanted information on the topic. Then you provide pure value, first by sharing 2 helpful resources, a cold email template that got great results. You add social proof, and an article to go further on creating a multi-channel prospecting strategy. Then you make yourself available to help them even more by saying they can book a meeting with you. You didn't even talk about your solution here, you only offer to help, which will lead to sell your solution later. It's once you've provided value that you can start to sell. But keep in mind that prospects don't care about your product's features. They care about what benefits your product brings to them. For example, I want to buy a computer. You can tell me the features like 32-core GPU, 64 gigabytes of unified memory, etc. But what I want is no freezing or lagging when watching movies, for example. What's important is that your email message builds trust and credibility, which boosts your chances of getting more replies. You can build up to that by adding social proof. Social proof helps you to establish a trustful connection with your prospects and makes them see you as a good solution to achieve their goals. How do you add social proof? You can mention other customers that are relevant and familiar to your prospect. For example, choose leader companies in the same industry as your prospect. For example, a client that has the same goals or challenges. Explain how you help this specific client reach the specific goal or overcome the specific challenge thanks to your product or service. You can also mention some stats that resonate with your prospect. Let's see an example. Hey first name, what if CEO first name heard from you that you've managed to increase the number of deals in your pipeline by 50%. Wouldn't that be cool? Gabriele Frasconi, head of sales at Zendesk, was able to say so as thanks to lemlist. His sales team was able to increase his open rate from 35 to 75% and book 2 times more meetings. Would you be open to have a chat to see if we can do the same for you? Signature. PS first name, you can check how Gabrielle did it right here. You mention a figure, 50%. People trust stats, so when you have the right sources for that, put them forward. You mention a current client and how your solution helped them. You're being specific by quoting the results. Your prospect can identify with Gabriele Frasconi and be reassured. He achieved this goal with your company. They could achieve something similar too. Plus, the PS also assists in facilitating social proof. You're sharing the video explaining how exactly your client achieved these results. You're adding more proof to what you're saying. The final step to your pitch is to invite your prospect to perform an action with your CTA. CTAs need to be clear and concise, and most importantly, it should give your prospect a clear idea of the next step. But one thing though, your CTA shouldn't be about your product or service. You're selling a click here. It should create more curiosity for your prospect to know more. For that, you can reiterate the value. Let's take a previous example. If there's anything I can help you with for your next campaigns, just book a slot in my Calendly. I'll be super happy to help you out. You're reminding the value again. You want to help them with their next campaigns. The CTA is clear and simple. Go on my Calendly to book a slot with me. If you follow these steps we just talked about, understanding your prospect, providing value, adding social proof, and a clear CTA to write your next sales pitch, there's no no doubt you will book more meetings and close more deals in the process. I hope this video will help you to improve your email messages, and in case you have any questions, let us know in the comments. We're happy to help.